Now, Spain is trying to defuse the migrant crisis in its tiny territory in North Africa. The Spanish government says an estimated 50,000 people crossed over from Morocco to Ceuta in a single day. Local officials say at least 34 people died, most by drowning, as crowds came across by land and sea on Thursday. Just take a look at these extraordinary images. I mean, Ceuta now juts out into the sea from Morocco and has long been a target for migrants trying to reach Europe. Here's a look. We saw a look of the chaotic scenes there. It's unclear what caused the sudden rush. Spain's Prime Minister suggesting it was fueled by a recent Spanish Supreme Court ruling on migrants arriving by sea. The surge is already deepening divisions over migration in Europe. The crowds, mostly made up of young men, celebrated as they entered Spanish territory. Take a listen to what one young man was saying.
Very happy to be here. It's been a very tough experience to go from the ocean. It was very tough. The police officers tried to stop us, but our will and our determination, we could came here.
CNN's Nada Bashir is joining us now live from London. And Nada, I mean, we've seen significant numbers of migrants cross over into Ceuta before, but nothing like this. 60,000 migrants, I believe, in just a matter of hours. What are you learning about the reasons for this surge that we've seen?
Well, this certainly was unprecedented, and you could see that in how overwhelmed Spain's border guards and officials were in responding to this current situation. Officials on Thursday calling for the Spanish government to declare a state of emergency, and the government itself deploying additional troops to Ceuta in order to support in that response effort. As you mentioned, with regards to the cause behind this surge of migrants attempting to cross the border, the figure at this stage is an estimate, but the government has put it now at around 50,000, they believe, crossing since Thursday. But as you mentioned, Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister, did give a statement just in the last few hours. He believes that human traffickers, smuggling rings have exploited and misunderstood a Supreme Court ruling, which was handed down earlier this month in Spain, which essentially prohibits authorities from immediately returning migrants who have crossed into Spain via a sea crossing without due process. Now, it is understood that potentially individuals who crossed yesterday and even today may have been misled, that this meant an automatic or immediate acceptance of status within Spain if indeed they do cross over by water. And the vast majority of those who did cross over yesterday are believed to have travelled by sea. And of course, we've been hearing from some of those individuals, speaking to reporters on the ground, some saying that they were at sea for 2 to 4 hours even. And this was a very risky crossing as well. More than a dozen people at this point confirmed to have been killed as a result. So certainly a very worrying development. And this has drawn backlash, as you mentioned, from some European leaders with regards to the security of Europe's coastal shores. We've been hearing, for example, from the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, who has threatened, in her words, to take extraordinary measures, potentially, including excluding Spain from the visa-free Schengen travel zone if the situation is not handled. France's Interior Minister has also said that France is stepping up its security on the border.
So why aren't they calling themselves racist now? Okay, everyone has been attacking President Trump for months now about his position on the border on illegal immigration, and then suddenly, Italy, France, who else?
Japan.
Japan. Everyone else has said, okay, Spain, we see what you're doing. It's time for us to reconsider the privileges your citizens have with the Schengen, arrangement, where you guys can freely cross into our countries without a visa. All right. So now, but no one is calling them racist now, because now they are seeing the insanity of what, well, we're going to play videos of what happened last night. Right after this, we're going to jump into the cultural enrichment that took place as soon as all of these people. Now, CNN is telling us 60,000 people. the real estimates are over 100,000. They're just trying to downplay it. It's over 100,000 of people who think that Europe is a smorgasbord. That once you cross into Europe, that you get a free for all. You get everything you want because they think everything is free. Because they think that white people have privilege. So because you're white, you get everything you want. So they are coming to get them some. So we're going to see that in a bit, but let's finish this report from CNN. Keep your comments coming, please, because we're going to talk about this because this is just crazy.
With Spain, but at this stage, the Spanish government has said that they have maintained communication with the Moroccan government and authorities, that the communication has been smooth. And important to note, the Spanish government has said that already they believe around 25,000 of those migrants have returned back to Morocco, and they expect that figure to rise. Christina?
Extraordinary and incredible pictures, images that we've been seeing. Nada Bashir, thank you very much.
Viva España! Viva España!
Let's bring in Judith.
These people don't look like they wanted to go back, so I don't believe that anyone went back. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that was the same reports that I was getting, that apparently around 34,000 turned around and went back. I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so, but let's see, because we have videos of them coming in, but nothing of them going back. So let's see.
Senior Associate Director in the Refugee and Migrant Rights Division at Human Rights Watch. Judith, thank you so much.
Migrant rights.
Firstly, just because the numbers here are so staggering, I just want to get your understanding of why so many migrants chose to make this crossing in just a matter of hours.
Right. Well, at this point, we can really only speculate as to how this came about. It is a very significant number of people, and that obviously poses enormous challenges for a very small autonomous city and for Spain in general. And we are going to be monitoring very carefully the response going forward. But it is, again, it's difficult well, it's impossible to know exactly why. Obviously, there are always people who are eager to cross irregularly, either because they need to seek asylum or because they see it as their only option to improve their lives. And so a number of these people saw an opportunity, were told there was an opportunity perhaps, and perhaps there was some facilitation. Again, it's very hard to say, but the numbers are unprecedented, and I'm sure many are trying to figure out exactly what allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
And our reporter earlier was saying that...
You know, guys, the thing that always upsets me is these guys watch someone take a can of gasoline, pour it over a vehicle. I'm just speaking figuratively. Pour a can of gasoline over a vehicle, light a match and drop the match onto the vehicle, and it catches fire. And then they're telling us, we don't know how that happened, but we all watched it happening. Okay, we're going to play a video of the Prime Minister of Spain.
Hang on, I actually wanted to add in something real quick, because you actually pointed out something.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the migrants' point of view, the Prime Minister basically said, yeah, y'all can come over. Whenever he made the deal for 100,000 migrants to get amnesty in Spain, the report that I've got here, it says many migrants told reporters they crossed because they heard Spain was allowing entry or offering amnesty. Spain had recently granted legal status to hundreds of thousands of undocumented migrants, and right-wing parties across Europe blamed this for encouraging the surge.
Yep. And I agree. It's like when Joe Biden was running and he says, please come. He says,
I still don't think it was Biden. I think they gave him ice cream, put him in front of a TV, and was like, here, watch your shows. We're going to go do something. And then the liberals and whatnot was like, yes, please come. Please come.
You know, so guys, this is what was happening in the US. Okay, it's just that Spain is a smaller country. So the shock and the insanity of what Biden did was diluted largely because mainstream media refused to cover the border. They said it was secure until it wasn't. And then they wanted to blame it on Trump until they couldn't. And then they said it was Congress, and then it wasn't. And then Trump comes in and on day one shuts down the border. And then they say, well, the border was always secure. So we're watching exactly what happened to the United States, but what happened to the United States wasn't 100,000 migrants storming the United States. It was over 10 million.
Hang on, if you wouldn't mind, put up the map that I've got. I want to add on to your point.
Yeah.
So, got Spain up here, of course. Against the United States, there's not really many countries that can actually compete with size.
Yeah.
However, they didn't go ahead and invade the motherland of Spain. No, they had to come down here for this little bitty sliver, that dotted line right there.
Yeah.
If we zoom all the way in, and we have to zoom in very far, you got Morocco on this side, Spain on this side. They literally traveled around. They literally invaded the smallest part of Spain. That's like if somebody was going to try that with the United States, the smallest part, they would have to go and invade Hawaii.
Yeah.
The only thing here is they literally had a walking path right around. I mean, they could honestly, they could have rushed through here, but no, they opted to go around this barrier here. I'm guessing they had barriers or whatnot up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I opted here, and as I was looking, I kid you not, if we come up here, there's the little dotted line. There's another little section. So yeah, what we was seeing was I'm guessing was the little part that was down here. I done got lost. Where is it? There it is. I'm guessing it was this little part right here because it's the least amount of travel going around.
Yeah.
But if I'm correct, I also did see videos of the northern part where they was going around this as well. And as you could see, that is rocks right there next to this wall. That is a drop off there. That is deep blue. There is currents coming through here. Yeah, I'm guaranteeing that the death toll for people getting around this was a lot higher
than the 20 that they said. You know,
yeah, but that's what I want to add on it because they can't invade the motherland, so they got to invade the smallest part and be like, hey, we're here. And no wonder the police and the military couldn't respond fast enough, and that's because small area.
Yeah, and then the idea is that once you're in Ceuta, you immediately get a golden ticket to get ferried into the mainland.
Yeah,
you know, and the prime minister now is saying, no, that's not what we meant. We didn't mean that. No, but it's like it's just like Biden saying the border is open, everybody is welcome, and then you have Chinese families strolling across the border during the Biden years. You had people all the way from Afghanistan. You had people all the way from Africa crossing the border through Mexico. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious whenever the Democrats were talking about it. It's only Hispanics, and I'm like, and yes, I'm going to go off of racial profiling here. I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, they're Chinese, they're Mexican, they're Puerto Rican, that's African. What's that one? And I'll kid you not, I've even seen there even in the United States there was jokes, right?
Yeah.
These illegals were getting so much. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about just driving across the border, throwing away a passport or whatnot, and then coming in illegally. At least then I'll get some help.
Yeah. All right. I want us to I want us to kind of speed run this, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to point that out because that was,
Yeah. I just looked at the time and it's like, whoa, the time is flying. All right, so let's just play this video real quick before we listen to the Prime Minister of Spain calling out Elon because Elon Musk provides a free speech platform. And they don't like that people on X get to see all these things that are going on in Europe and get to be able to say what they like when they see those things. No, they want Elon to censor all that content. So here's now we heard that Spain had deployed the military. Well, here's what the military is doing. They're just standing around. They're literally just standing around.
I mean, that's an officer right there.
Yeah. And he's confused.
I can't speak their language, but I understood that body language. What are we going to do?
Like, look at these guys wading through the water. Like, it's... Over 20 people died making this crossing. And it reminds me of what Tom Homan has been saying for over a year, that the open border didn't only affect American citizens on this side who were being affected by the crime that brought in, but it affected the people who were told that the border was open and they could make the trek from wherever they lived in South America. And they were exposed to abuse. Many of them died, that there were people who were killed while they were trying to make that trek. That closing the border literally saved the lives of people like that who wanted to make that trek. And seeing this, I mean, he's not wrong. Like we're watching this thing in real time. Now let's listen to the Prime Minister of Spain. This was February. This was in February, and here's what he had to say because he didn't like what Elon was allowing to happen on his platform.
Social media has become a failed state, a place where laws are ignored and crime is endured. There's only one thing we can do: take back control. We need to take to make sure that these platforms comply with the rules like everybody else.
Censorship.
Just last week, the owner of X, a migrant himself, used his personal account.
Elon is not a migrant. He is not you see, this guy's just a bald-faced liar. He's not a migrant. He's an immigrant. Two different things. Elon didn't break into the country illegally. He came in through a port of entry. He went to school, regularized his papers, and now he lives there. And he's essentially replaced NASA. That's the kind of immigrants you want. But these guys don't know. They don't want that. They want people like those Moroccans who rush into the country and become a welfare case so that they can continue voting for liberal candidates.
To amplify this information about the sovereign decision by my government, the regularization of 500,000 migrants that live, work, and contribute to the success of our country.
I heard this, I watched it night or early this morning, and I said to myself, if Spain and France and Germany said, we're going to regularize the paperwork of all the legal immigrants who have contributed, who have paid taxes, who have bought homes, who have raised their kids, who have shown that they are a net benefit to the community, we're going to make sure that all of the people who look like this, who are contributing to the economy, get a fast track to citizenship. If they said that, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Would you? Hickox?
Oh, sorry. I'm distracted by the way that you stopped the screen there. That's a perfect clip shot of him. I'm over here trying not to laugh.
Yeah, but if he said all of that, okay, would you have a problem with them giving people giving legal immigrants a fast track to citizenship? People who are contributing to the economy, people who are building families, people who are who are pro Western civilization, who don't want to replace their laws with Sharia and so on. Like, would you have a problem with those kinds of people being fast tracked to citizenship?
Absolutely not. I mean, if they yeah, it takes years now, and that's basically because of the way the immigration department is set up. But if they actually did like their due diligence, did the deep digging, making sure that no criminal record, and if they do have like a criminal record, it's something that's so tiny it's not even worth about, or it's been like 10 years, because that's what our rule is here. If it's past 10 years old, nobody even worries about it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that, if they could fast track it, absolutely. But they have to do it the right way. They have to actually cover all their T's, dot their I's, make sure that we're not letting in any psychos, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely have no problem with that. Actually, hey, World Cup again. I loved every single one of them that came here.
They came legally. They didn't break into the country.
Even as a visitor, right?
Yeah.
I love to show off my country. I love people to be able to see the freedoms that we have. I want that for every country. But it's people like this clown with the face. I swear I'm gonna have to clip that. He doesn't want that. He wants all of the power for himself. This is the prime minister, correct?
Yeah.
It's because of him going against the parliament that giving amnesty to the 100,000 migrants. So he caused this himself. He is the one that's doing this to his countrymen. And guess what? He does not care not a lick about his countrymen.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to play this for a bit. Not sure if we're, I'm going to shut up and we're going to see if there's a good place to end the clip. But I want to point out that he's talking to a crowd that's made up of countries, okay? He's talking to people from the Arab states. Where are they? Where are those? Come on, really? Seriously? Anyway, he's talking, yeah, there they are. These people don't give anyone citizenship. My first trip outside of Nigeria was to Dubai. It was a medical trip. And for every taxi we used, it was an immigrant driving the taxi. And I would ask them questions. What's it like living here? Because when you come to a place like Dubai as a tourist, you get to see the shiny parts of the country, the shiny parts of the city. And you think that everyone who lives there loves to live there and they're having so much fun. The people who come from places like Africa, Pakistan, India, third world countries who move to Dubai to work, absolutely, well, it's better than living and working where they come from, because they are paid in a currency that helps them to save money and possibly do things back home. However, they don't get to see the sights like the tourists do. They work their fingers off every single day. And many of them live in shared apartments because housing there is too expensive. So sometimes you have 2 families, 3 families. Sometimes you have as many as 10 people or 12 people living in one apartment because they need to share the rent. It's really expensive if you want to live inside of Dubai, and many of them have to live outside of the city. You know, so you see these guys, he's talking to them like these guys, you know, are allies. They don't let anyone they don't give anyone citizenship. They don't. In fact, if you do your research, if anyone who is an Emirati messes around or fools around with a foreigner, the foreigner and the Emirati go to jail. And I'm talking about the women, a female Emirati. If you mess around with a female Emirati, she goes to jail, you go to jail. Because they don't want to mix the bloodlines. No one talks about these guys. You know, because they are brown skinned, they have the right to religion. You don't like this, that is what they do. And this guy has the like he has no clue. Is it that he has no clue? Or these guys are just so dishonest that they would stand in a crowd or in front of a crowd that they know do not believe a word he's saying and will not implement the same policies he is bringing into his country to destroy his country. They would never do that to their countries, but he would to his, to show how progressive he is.
Well, let me add in something on that, because I told you I had done some more digging. I actually didn't mean to come across this, but it's what happened. The government of Spain cannot pass a budget. Spain is experiencing a severe parliamentary deadlock. The government cannot pass its 2027 budget framework. Opposition parties are coordinating more aggressive and corruption cases involving figures close to the prime minister are intensifying political confrontation. They are still running on their 2023 budget.
In 2026.
Yeah. They have not been able to pass this is their third straight year that they have been forced to roll over their 2023 budget.
And this guy calls social media a failed state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Should we just move on to, like, we've heard enough from this guy. Like, I think
I
can
had
move
to
on.
catch that screenshot. I posted it into the Discord. Maybe we'll use it as a clip or something.
All right, so there's this clip of him. Getting booed and heckled when he arrived at Ceuta, I think today. Wow, that's loud. Woo-hoo! Okay, there's no need to hear him getting booed, and that's loud. No. Let's move on. Let's move on. Sorry, guys, if that blasted your ears. I'm sorry. I thought this post was funny. Spain elects extremely left-wing government. The Spanish government passes law allowing for the naturalization of hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, which gives them a path to citizenship. Government has the most lax immigration policies in Europe. Border gets stormed by illegal immigrants. They blame Israel.
You're not. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even. Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's what was going on in Ceuta last night. Okay, so we just want to play this, and then just want to try and keep this stream. So this is cultural enrichment, guys. Cultural enrichment. Right?
They're throwing friendly stones.
The newcomers who are meant to enrich your culture and help your country, add to the value of your country, are throwing rocks at law enforcement.
Now, I can't tell, but is there any type of like barrier or fence on the side of the road? Oh.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Is there any type of like fence or barrier on the side of that road?
I think it's a natural barrier, maybe rocks or something, because that's what it looks like. It's not as if there's anything.
It looks more like sand on the side, and I'm like, everybody is being pushed back on the road. There's space on each side. Run over there.
Well, I think there's like, you can see that it's rocky, and there are people actually up here. You can see those silhouettes with t-shirts. Yeah, so it's like a rock side or mountains or hillside. So yeah, so that was happening. This video, I saw this morning. Young woman in Spain cries on camera, says she's terrified after thousands of Africans invaded her town. They're already looting stores and homes. Now, how long until the women start getting culturally assimilated? Let us let's
like that wording.
Ourselves. Yeah, culturally assimilated.
Estamos, como vecina de Ceuta, ya podéis ver que la seguridad brilla por su ausencia. Nos sentimos desamparados, nos sentimos totalmente abandonados, estamos paralizados. Esto ha paralizado a una ciudad completamente entera. Están todos los comercios locales cerrados. No podemos ir a comprar porque los supermercados están cerrados, porque ellos entran a robar.
And the guys are just looking at her like she's fresh meat.
El panorama
I was about to say, that's the
Yo personalmente
Moroccans
trabajo en una
right there
finca de
behind her.
eventos que esta noche han entrado a robar 200 personas.
They've robbed 200
no podemos
people.
contar con la Policía Nacional ni la Guardia Civil porque el
Jeez.
señor Fernando Grande Marlaska no ha declarado que hay una emergencia nacional. Si no está la emergencia nacional ahora, ¿cuándo va a estar? Esto es una emergencia nacional de manual, de libro. Nos están invadiendo. Han empezado por alrededor. Es que es alucinante. Es que poneros en nuestro lugar. Vosotros, si estuvierais aquí, ¿dejaríais salir a la calle a vuestros hijos y a vuestras hijas? No, es inseguro. O sea, no sabemos quién han entrado. Sabemos que se cuentan ya más de 70.000 personas. Es que están llegando a la cifra de los ciudadanos ceutíes. Somos casi 80.000 ceutíes los que vivimos aquí. Tenemos miedo. Es que no lo podemos consentir. ¿Dónde están nuestros derechos como españoles? ¿Dónde están nuestros principios como españoles? ¿Por qué no se ha acatado la Ley de la Seguridad Nacional 23? Para eso está, que blinden la ciudad. Necesitamos la policía en la calle, la Guardia Civil en la calle. Necesitamos los militares en la calle. No están, estamos solos. No podemos llamar a la policía ni a la Guardia Civil porque no dan abasto. Necesitamos ayuda urgente. De verdad, esto es indignante. Yo estoy rodeada, tengo miedo. ¿Cómo no voy a tener miedo? Si tengo ganas hasta de llorar. No se puede. Esto no se puede, de verdad. No se puede, necesitamos ayuda.
The guy to the left is really creepy.
Rocío.
And the one in the red vest.
Es que estoy temblando. Es que de verdad, esto es para vivirlo. Esto es para vivirlo como mujer. Esto es para vivirlo. Esto es una invasión. Han empezado por Ceuta, pero esto es la frontera a España, la frontera a Europa. Hoy ha sido Melilla, mañana será Canarias, pasado será Tarifa. De verdad, es que no hay derecho.
Lorena, la verdad que ahora estamos en un momento muy complicado.
Elections have consequences. She's saying all of this, and look, I feel for her, and I feel for the people in that city. I feel for the parts of Europe that have already been overrun and are experiencing the carnage already.
Yeah, I don't know what this news network is, but
it's ESPV. I think is a Spanish network.
What was the title of this one?
Of the post?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got this off X.
Libs of TikTok, of course. Yeah. Just because she's what looks to be a white woman in Spain.
Yeah.
She is definitely a Spaniard. There's no doubt about it. But they've literally got to go to skin color because, she's white, so she's afraid. I'm thinking of it as a woman and her country, not even her country, right? Her town just got invaded. Her city just got invaded.
Yeah.
That's worse than your country.
I didn't see this meme. Now, I don't know how she voted. Okay, so whether she voted for the people who created this this hell that she's going through, but
hang on, I like that comment right there by Rick Adante.
Yeah.
Amy Comey Barrett thinks they are all now citizens of Spain. Robert agrees. Katanji thinks they're women. New Jersey think they're voters.
They're voters.
The New York Times thinks they're peaceful scholars. Florida just calls it a teen takeover on spring break, and the GOP wants to give them H-1B visa.
Okay, I'm gonna like this. Who's this guy?
I don't know, but that was brilliant.
I'm following this guy. Okay, I like the quip. Look, we're not laughing at her. We're not laughing at them. We're saying that elections have consequences, and when people like this get in front of the camera, and now whether she voted for the other guy or voted for the guy in office, elections have consequences. And when we you guys hear me say, look, you have the evidence in front of you. Now go out and vote. Don't sit it out. Don't sit out school board elections. Don't sit out any election. Don't sit anything out. You need to get out there. You need to be activated. The reason why Trump won was because everyone was activated to get out there and vote. But when it comes to other elections, people just, kick back and think that Trump will fix everything. No, Trump isn't going to fix everything. Look at this meme.
Yeah, I was about to say, the reason why I was laughing during the video, right?
Yeah.
Was because I literally saw, and again, guy to guy, right? Being able to look. I'm like, these dudes are predators. Not in the sense of pedos,
just look at this, okay? I'm gonna zoom in. Like all the while she's talking, they're just ogling at her. They're looking at her. They're looking at her backside. They're like,
the guy in the red vest and the one to the left with the no shirt
this
on?
guy.
No. The other one behind the reporter. I've been watching him and the guy in the red vest, and both of them. It's like, for me, if I was a guy, I mean, I'm definitely getting in between them and her because I see the danger there.
No, anyway, well, enough said. Let's stay YouTube friendly. If you're older than 18, you should know where this is going. All right, and essentially, this part of the post should tell you all you need to know. Now, this was happening. Let me share this screen. This was happening. This was happening just early hours or early evening yesterday. The Moroccan Muslims who have invaded the small Spanish city of Ceuta are now breaking into stores by the hundreds. Police are completely overwhelmed. Migrants can be seen running from one store to the next, grabbing items and running. Where is the military? So
hold on, I want to add on to something right there because, again, this is going to be, what is it, racial identifying? Honestly, they did look like Muslims to me. I couldn't verify that. So, I mean, if that's the case, then I got a point on my book. All right.
Oh no! Hold on. I think I have a clip. Maybe I'll find it. But let's. So. Yeah.
How are you gonna do with your baton?
Woke police forces. So this happened yesterday evening. Let's see. Okay, so let's read this. Okay, from Ursula von der Leyen. She's the president of the European Union. The images are unacceptable. We can't want to come to our union without abiding by our rules. Dangerous crossings must stop immediately. Smuggling networks must be dismantled, and returns must be swift as our rules allow. I tasked 2 commissioners to control the situation. Magnus Brunner is already working closely with Spain and is ready to travel to critical points. He will work on additional operational support to Spain, including through Frontex. Dubrav Kasiuka is in contact with her Moroccan counterpart. I am confident that our close partnership with Morocco will help deliver concrete results. And then the response from Maxwell. Wow, I know I'm the arsonist that set the fire, but damn, this fire looks so bad. Praying for those impacted by the fire I caused and hope the firefighters will work quickly to put it out. Oh my goodness. They will set the world on fire, complain that it's burning, then eventually they're going to blame you and I for the fire. Arsonist is concerned about her fire. Oh, man. Yeah, so we already know that Finland is now joining Italy in planning to block Spain from the European free travel zone after over 100,000 third world barbarians were allowed to invade Spain. Oh, they're not barbarians. Did they go through a port of entry? No. Did they? It means that they do not value or recognize the rule of law. They are barbarians. Okay. Mass remigration with secure borders is the only solution. But no, they can't do it. Why? Because they just spent 10 years telling the whole world that Trump is a Nazi, he's evil, for wanting mass remigration. Defend the West or Spain is cooked. Let's see if we can speed run what's next. Also, Finland joins Italy in threatening. What was that, Finland or? Okay, it was Finland, so no need to read that one. All right, we're almost... All right, so Gunther Eagleman gives us the numbers, says Ceuta's population just exploded overnight. In a single day, an estimated 40,000, nearly 50,000 migrants poured into the Spanish enclave or Ceuta from Morocco. The city normally has around 80,000 residents. That means that the population jumped by more than 50% in 24 hours. Spanish authorities are calling it the biggest such crisis in years. Local officials described total chaos and a collapsed border. At least 19 people died during the crossings. It's higher now. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez says he takes responsibility for the distress felt by residents. Then he should resign. Responsibility without control is just a press statement. A city of 80,000 cannot absorb tens of thousands of sudden arrivals and pretend the border still exists.
Listen, there's one thing that I've got to point out. I'm tired of them here saying that it's migrants, right?
Yeah.
Got to call it for what it is. This is an invasion, and it's, again, going on in many countries, right? If you actually think of the word migrants, you think of migration, right?
Yeah.
Flock of birds. They fly in the same direction every single year. If these people were actually migrants, they would be considered nomads, people who never settle down. This is not the case. So this is therefore an invasion.
Yeah.
And look what they was doing as soon as they got into the country. They was robbing.
They are not passing through. They are not passing through. They are not.
Yes,
migrant is passing through. They are not passing through. Okay. Now, I saw this in my feed and it jumped out like a big black sore thumb. The Ceuta invasion is being coordinated by Facebook groups.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the flagship group description, Ceuta by every route. Migration is an idea and the idea does not die. That's their catchphrase. There are countless posts soliciting people to go with others. This is in clear violation of the Facebook Terms of Service that prohibits content that offers to provide or facilitate human smuggling, or content that asks for human smuggling services. The groups that must be banned are listed here. So Facebook will put you in content jail for saying that men can't become women, but will allow a group that is facilitating human trafficking.
Yep.
And then finally, I'm just speed running this. Elon. Okay, so here's a post that made the round. So Sneeko saw this post with the military-aged men invading and said that says, just in, law enforcement seen opening gates allowing thousands of illegal immigrants into Spain. Sneeko says the rest of Europe is next, inshallah. And then this account says Sneeko needs to be deported. And Elon says he will be. Now, whether that happens, but of course, I'm sure the internet is in an uproar. Oh, how can an immigrant want another immigrant or an American citizen? Because that's how they're going to phrase it. How can an immigrant want an American citizen to be deported? You know, he's the problem. He's an oligarch. So, yeah. So that's the world today, guys. Let's see. Do you still want to talk about the Iran story that you told me about, so we can just throw that in, you know, sprinkle a bit of glitter on this pile of turd?
Sure. I don't have the video because that was a live feed, and I don't feel.
It was a live feed. Okay.
Yeah, it was a live feed with multiple feeds coming from different areas. But I will have to say that some people are just plain stupid. The video that I saw, I kid you not, so it was a video from Pickaxe Mountain whenever we was dropping bombs onto it. This dude is about 100 yards away. I don't know what that is for European measurement, but 100 yards is about a football field length away. This dude was standing there with his phone, watching the bombs drop, getting knocked over by the shockwaves, getting back up, and he did this for, well, what I counted until it changed was about 6 drops. And I'm like, you have no situational awareness. Move. But apparently also, whenever they hit Pickaxe Mountain, from what I saw, they actually hit something. It started to look like a volcano coming out of it. Had the flames jumping high, black smoke billowing. So yeah, whatever we hit in there, it was successful.
Oh well, anyway, we're going to be getting more updates as the months roll on. One of the things that I keep saying is that time is our friend. And everything that we're being told not to believe, everything we're being told didn't happen. In a few months, we're going to look back, and I'm sure that a lot of stories are going to change. A lot of stories are going to change. It's what on earth did I just see? So sorry, I just saw a video.
Yeah, I just saw one too. I was trying to.
All right, let me share. Okay, so this is a strike. Crazy. Look at that. That's crazy.
Wait, whoa.
Look at that. What was that?
They hit munitions department.
Yeah, and then
that was rockets off the ground coming up. That was munitions.
Look at those. Jeez. Man. Look, it's very different. It's very different living in North America, living in the West. It's very different. And I would say I don't blame any of these migrants who see an open door because of weak, woke immigration policies, and they take their chance and run into the United States or run into Spain or run into Sweden, and they take advantage of the suicidal empathy that these countries have. I don't blame them. Okay, I don't blame them because a lot of these people come from very unsafe countries. But the sad thing is that most of them aren't equipped to live in a civilized society. They are not equipped to work in a civilized society. They don't have the emotional or the sexual temperament to live in a civilized society. They don't.
Yeah, there was one thing that I used to hear about it a while back, and I honestly thought it was like one of the most brilliant things that we could do as a country. So with some of these countries, right, they don't have the resources or whatnot to actually build themselves up, correct?
Yeah.
The joke at the time was actually for Mexico, and talking about well, we've got all of these immigrants coming over here. Why not buy Mexico, hire all of the immigrants as landscapers and whatnot, and then send them back down there to fix up Mexico, and then sell it. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, so with a lot of the playing that video with the bomb, I kid you not, it's like watching something from like the 60s, the 50s, right? It's there is no progression there. I mean, honestly, sometimes we're here, the progression that we have is like, where did all the color go, right? I hate seeing gray, black, white, all of that. I want color to come back. But seeing that, I'm like, y'all haven't even made it to the color stage. They're not moving forward. And honestly, it's sad to see. I would love to see some of these countries flourish. Talking about Dubai, right?
Yeah.
The reason why that they're so expensive over there is because all around the world, that is known as the vacation hotspot, or the money laundering center for most of us that actually understand what that means. They really don't have to do much because it's by word of mouth of everywhere else.
Yeah.
If you for Mexico, right? I'm going down to Tijuana. It's a fun name to say. So we're going down to Tijuana, right? Honestly, I had most of the countries around here. I don't really know. France got Paris. It's hot spots, right? It is with the United States. If you talk to anybody outside of the country, oh yeah, I'm from the United States. They're like, where from? And they'll literally start listing off places. But if you say, if you come to America, say that you're from Spain, I'm like, cool, you're from Spain. That's it. Like, we're not going to ask anything further because there's not really anything there for us to really pinpoint to. Now, France be like, oh, cool. You ever been to Paris? Ireland, cool. Dublin? Want to go get a Guinness? It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but what these people are doing is they're literally running their countries into the ground for whatever reason, and then trying to take it from another country.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing that's just falling out.
Yeah. What I want to appeal to anyone, because we have people who vote left, who are leftists, who watch these live streams and they post comments, attacking our position. And many of them, like I had one person send a very weird, like I had to hold myself back from responding to the comment.
Ooh, please let me hear it.
Okay, hold on. So let me find that comment. One comment: I see morons like this every Saturday at noon in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Now, I'm wondering if he's referring to us or referring to the Democrats who can't answer a simple question, because, it's hard to tell. But there's one question. Oh, there's one comment here. The host is a Trump sycophant. Let's keep going. Just a couple more. You have people who just they decide, okay, you like Trump, therefore there's nothing reasonable that could come out of your mouth. Okay, let's see. There was one that was really. Let me see. Geez, Yes, James. Yeah, just give me a second, okay? I'm wrapping up. Okay, guys, this is the professional part. This is the professional part of the live stream where I can't find the comment that I was talking about, and my son walks in and wants to fly his drone.
Well, we've got a minute left, so if you want to cut it early.
Oh, no, just a sec. Let me, I just want to read this out. Let me quickly read this. And so, oh man, guys, I'm so sorry. Anyway, geez. Okay, maybe. All right, I'll be ready with that one, because that one essentially called us MAGA slop. I wanted to read the exact wording because I didn't want to misquote them. They call us MAGA slop, and we could appear to be MAGA slop. Okay, some members of my family think what I do is MAGA slop, and the only thing that we're asking is for you to listen to what we're saying and think about what we're saying. If we're showing you all the evidence and the evidence doesn't add up for you, that's fine. But if we're showing you the evidence and it adds up, why don't you just take the time to do your own research, look at the evidence, and then make a decision about who next you're going to vote? Because watching this young lady bawling her eyes out because she can literally see her country disappear, and she's terrified. She knows, look, this is not rocket science. Military-aged men, no women, invade your country. You've heard what's going on in other parts of Europe. It's coming to a street near you. That's just what's happening next. I didn't play the videos of these people literally climbing through windows into people's homes. It's frightening, okay? So sorry about not being able to find that comment and kind of lagging off on the at the tail end of that. But guys, do some thinking for yourself. Engage in the ideas, engage in the evidence. Tell us what you think. If you think it's a great idea to let people who aren't compatible with your values or with Western civilization into your community, do you. But there's a reason why people like me, left the third world to come here. So what I would say is talk to immigrants. Talk to immigrants like me who I don't have a wealthy family. My family has never been in government or in any form of military leadership or anything. Don't talk to the elites who essentially migrated laterally and said they were leaving or fleeing the country because they were about to face consequences for the atrocities they committed in their countries, like Ilhan Omar and her family. Not those people. Talk to people who literally have had to leave in order to go to a country that gives them the opportunity to build wealth and to have a family or build a family in a safe environment. Talk to people like that and ask them, what is the third world like? What are these people who are trying to break into the third world? What are they like? Talk to these people and let them tell you what you might be refusing to hear. And then we can have, deeper conversations. Okay, Hickox, that was my very lengthy close. So this is the last stream for the week. We're back on Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. So Hickox, do you have any parting words for the audience?
Absolutely. Everyone have a rest of the safe week. Happy weekend. No drinking and driving. And just breaking news. Apparently an F-35 went down in San Diego. Lovely.
More good news. All right. So we'll be back on Sunday. We're going to, of course, anything that happens between tonight and Sunday, we're going to be talking about it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Okay. Bye-bye. Have fun. God bless.